I've just realised I've been muted this entire time. So let's try this again. Hello, everybody. I'm going to welcome Sinscape up with me. Good evening. As I was saying, just good evening, by the way. As I was muted for that entire first minute or so.
Yeah, I noticed. I was just about to say, and then I heard you started talking on my tablet.
Yeah, I've not even put my headphones on or anything, so that's how. I thought, yeah, I'm well prepared tonight. I'm sat here thinking, I've forgotten to do something. Apparently, I've forgotten to unmute my mic and put my headphones on.
Of course you did. Of course.
Yes. So, as I was saying to myself, because no one could hear me because my mic was muted, looking back at the others that I've done, the other Tyranids, and looking at the paint job that's been done on the last 2 months, so the bloody Lictor thing and the Norn-Emissary. Remembering which stage I've got to do, comes to the conclusion I've done one or two things. It's going to work, redoing that again over it. Ta-da. It's going to work out, and it's going to be okay. Or
what's the problem there?
Or I'm going to do it. I'm not going to be happy with it, and I'm going to have to strip down a £70 model and redo it, and then.
But what's the problem?
I don't know. There's something about me that's going. This might not work like it did on the others, and I'm not 100% sure why. But we shall see. We shall see.
What do you mean? What might not work?
The colour scheme in general. As I know it's an odd colour scheme, with it being green, yellow, and purple. It's a bit of an odd colour palette. You even commented on it last when I was doing them. It's not a colour scheme that you generally see going together. But it works just about so far. I've managed to keep it working. Just about. But I'm thinking...
So is some reason that colour scheme doesn't work on the Norn?
I'm thinking the purple might be a bit too much on the Norn.
Well, it looked like a different shade of purple to what I've seen because you've not finished it.
Well, yes, that's the point. That's want to do that tonight, which is tonight's point. And yes, that will be the. But let's find out.
If you have to strip it, then what are you going to do? Have a model that looks completely different?
Oh no! If I have to strip it, I have to strip them all.
Yeah, there's no point in doing that. That's pointless. If you really have to go over it, then just go over the purple again. You don't have to strip all of the model.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how this goes tonight, anyway.
Bit of a drastic measure, I think, personally.
We'll see how it goes. I mean, I had similar feelings when I was doing the first lot, so it's just my trepidation of going, oh, this colour scheme's a bit of an odd one, and it looks weird before you get the last stage on it. Essentially.
Yeah, a lot of models are like that, though, aren't they? So,
well, I think all models are like that, pretty much. You get to the we look like crap until you go boom over it. So I'm gonna.
Some more so than others, but yeah, I get your point.
Yeah, there's that stage where it goes from looking like crap to not necessarily crap, but not looking like you want it to just like, oh, right now it's all tied in. Now I'll see what it's supposed to. And it looks a lot better because of it. Whereas 30 seconds before it, you'd be thinking, no, I'd be ashamed to put that anywhere near a table. And all you've done is a wash or a highlight or whatever stage it was that was missing to make it go, ding. What on earth is that noise?
Oh, sorry, I'm scratching some plastic to get rid of the mold lines.
Ah, that's what on earth that noise is.
Sorry, I'll try to keep it quiet. But that might be difficult. Maybe I should paint instead.
I'm going to say you can't keep that quiet. It's mold line removal. You're scraping plastic.
Is that better?
Marginally. You're never going to get it right. Don't worry.
Yeah, but is it going to be annoying?
I'll let you know. I just noticed the noise first of all.
Yeah, well, I was doing it without really thinking about the noise it was going to make, so I was just going hell to it.
Yeah, you were just doing it as you do a model. It'll be proximity to microphone and various other lava.
Maybe I'll move
Do not
you
worry about it. Just worry
a
about it.
little bit.
Hello to anyone who's joined us, by the way. Yeah, we're seeing. I'm seeing it if my trepidation and my.
How about that? Is that better?
No, this is the exact same. As I said, leave it. If it annoys me, I'll tell you.
Right. Okay.
Or if it annoys the people in the comments, they'll tell you.
I will be a little bit slower about it than I normally am, and I'll try to be careful. There's not much left to do on this model anyway. Just finishing building it, and then I'm going to get painting on something.
Well, I've been looking at various armies. I still can't come to. I still can't come to a final Space Marine army.
Your final Space Marine army? What do you mean?
I can't come. I need to play you again.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. And I'm looking at Space Marine armies, and I'm going. But I could do that. I could do that. I'm just. Yeah, I preferred the index because it stopped me from doing stuff. It stopped me from going. But I could do that, and Barbara could do that, and could. So, yeah, the index one was better to a degree because less choice made it easier to choose. So I had a look at the Tyranids and decided to go with pretty much what I intend to build off what I've got and put that listish together. And it turned out to be pretty much 2,000 points. I thought that's not bad. And I just need to pick a high fleet for it, essentially. And that should be.
Oh yeah, one of the detachments. Yeah.
Yeah, whether it's be we like big bugs, so with everything, all the big bugs get the boosts, or we like little swarms, or whichever one you know which ones. To be quite honest, the fleets are looking quite interesting. The invasion fleet, where you get pretty much like the Space Marine, you get to pick one at the first one, and then you've got there's two others that you can pick throughout the game, and they give you this ability for this turn, or this ability for this turn, or you know that type of rather than a game long ability.
But like, how do you prefer to play the game? Do you prefer to be aggressive? Do you prefer to be defensive? Do you prefer to be sneaky or like one shot?
I'm aggressive.
Anything glass cannon?
Oh no, me, I'm very aggressive. I'm a very aggressive gamer. It just in everything.
No, I mean like in your style of play, not in how you play. Like being. Yeah. I mean like what kind of army you like to play as. Like my Salamander's a very aggressive army.
Doesn't matter. I will be playing. Doesn't matter. I will be playing aggressively. My play style is aggressive, regardless.
I don't really know much about the Tyranid detachments, but in my experience of doing the Space Marine stuff, I would go for whatever detachment fits an aggressive play style.
Well, they all can if you take units that are sufficient for it. You see, now that's looking a lot better now that I've given it that overbrush. Right, so yes, it's going to need that overbrush. Do we use it? Do we use a little brush, or do we use the big brush?
Use a 6-inch brush.
I've only got a 1.5 inch.
What are you doing with it?
The Norn-Emissary. The Norn-Emissary. I do have a 1/2 inch, which is what I've just done the Neurolictor with.
But hold on, what are you actually going to be doing with it?
Dry brushing.
It's already been painted, hasn't it?
Yeah.
How are you going to dry brush it without getting everything?
I'll get that effect. Duh.
Oh, you're just putting like a bone colour over everything?
Yes.
Right, okay.
That's what I did with everything. That's what I did with
I would say use a smaller one because it'll allow you to get into the recesses easier.
My entire Tyranid army is consisted of three stages, not including the basing. I never include the basing in the staging. That's something that comes after if you want to. Good evening, Buzzard. How are you doing? Thank you for joining me.
Buzzard, hello.
And it's been undercoat and dry brush, So paint it all black, heavy dry brush white or ivory. Then paint it all with the colours, and then dry brush it all ivory again afterwards. And ta-da! That's been how I painted my entire Tyranid force, because it was an impromptu force.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just used to dry brushing only one color and then doing the rest of the work afterwards. If you know what I mean.
So, well, I'm experimenting with different stuff as I go through all my painting on here. So I've tried painting my Space Marines in various different ways. I've come to the conclusion dry brushing is not good for the dry brushing slap chop method is not a good way of doing Space Marines.
Not really, no, because it kind of the models are very
flat panels, and they don't take
very flat panels, which doesn't take well for it.
So they do benefit more if you use what most people probably call the more classic styles. The base layer highlight until you're happy with what you've got on that method. Whereas the speed paint contrast method for these is absolutely wonderful. Jeez, right, okay, that has changed that purple a lot. From that flat purple that's on his back there.
Got lots of people in the chat.
Oh, lots of people. And yes, we have. We have Dan, Advich. We have Casper, Hadrit, Angie.
Yeah.
Yes. So Daniel, we have more than you. Thank you for drawing my attention to the chat.
Hello, everyone.
I usually don't. Good evening, everyone. So it works. The slap chop method works. So taking it from that really, really deep purple there, and then just a simple dry brush brings it really up into.
Do you want to explain what slap chop is to the people?
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Slap chop basically is a technique, and it consists of paint it black, get a dry brush, and oh shit, my homie.
What's up, dude?
Doing, man? I'm all right. I'm just explaining a method of painting called slap chop, and it's easy enough.
What's up? How's it going?
It's all good. You?
Oh, no complaints. I seen Laz was live, and I was like, well, let me hop up here for a second in between doing all my house cleaning before the wifey gets home, so I don't get a frying pan up against the head.
Thank you very much. Well, while you're here, I'll explain it to you as well. Slap chop. So you get a black model. You get a white or close to whitish as much as you want, and you rub most of it off, so it's pretty much nothing there, and then you go blah blah blah.
Dry brush.
Yeah, and dry brush the entire model, so you go, oh right, so that's where all the detail bits are, and it doesn't there's not enough paint on it to get it down in the low sections, but there's enough to catch it and make it higher up. Then you get another paint. I'm painting an arc, so I might as well get green. See, this is how easily I get sidetracked. I'm supposed to be painting this big motherfucker. Now I'm giving a very quick demonstration on slap chop method of painting. Then you get the color that you want the model to be. So in this case, with it being an arc, I want it to be green. Very old method of wetting your brush when you can't be bothered. And you get your speed or contrast paint, and then paint it over said area. Then everywhere that's still black, that you want to be dark and shadowy, stays dark and shadowy, and everywhere that you've dry brushed over the top shows through lighter under the speed paint.
The contrast paints or speed paints are specially designed to be very oily almost, so it gathers in the recesses and leaves the edges mostly untouched, but they still get some pigment, so they end up being the color that you want them to be.
However, I found that they are a bit too bright, and they don't leave enough of the edging for me. But essentially,
that's speed paint's 1 or 2 or what?
Speed paint's 1. So there's a quick example of it.
With that little bit of dark, like right down his arms, it gives a bit of definition too.
Yeah, and that's how quick it is to do with the speed paints. That was me just picking up a model off my desk that was over there.
That's pretty cool.
Good evening, Jack.
Daniel, Angie, cheers.
Well, I still have 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm using 4, so I still have 2 spaces. If anyone else is coming up, I can't guarantee Captain won't boot you just to bring himself up. So, just warning you now. Captain may boot you if.
Oh, Alan, I believe this is like the first time me and you have ever been on a live stream together.
No. Y'all, whenever y'all were setting up for the whole tabletop, which I wish I could have taken participated more in with y'all, but
yeah,
I was going to say you have been on before, but I can't remember which stream it was.
No, it was for that.
I'm never great with my streams. It's the first one.
I just
nobody watched the second one.
I just randomly seem to jump up on stuff, and it always depends on how much time or alcohol I've got. One of the two.
Oh right, so thanks. So you need a drink to come up and talk to me. Thank you very much for that.
To listen to your voice, yeah, and to see your face.
I know.
Have you got enough strong alcohol there? Can I have some?
Just I should imagine you've got some. It's Christmas. It's Christmas. There'll be alcohol. The missus will definitely have vodka in the house. I'm guessing, at least. Not this time of year.
Speaking of Captain, I'll be on his thing on the 21st. I'm looking forward to that.
I thought it was the 23rd. Was it the 23rd? Or was it 21st?
Oh, you're doing it
21st.
21st. Yeah, you're doing the 21st. See, it's always a Friday, and it's always at the time when I'm not at home. And it's like, damn it, you've had Squirrel up there, you've had BC up there, you've had Dan and Spencer up there, you're JV. It's like, you son of a... I've missed pretty much everyone. And he's not
had me up there, although I'm not really a YouTuber, so...
That'd be why he's not had you up there.
Angie, if I had more access to the devil's lettuce that I knew wasn't tainted than what I have access to around here, I would have more devil's lettuce.
What the hell is devil's lettuce? I'm missing something.
Some weed.
Oh, right, yeah, of course it is.
Around here, you don't know if they're going to put maybe sprinkle some meth or fentanyl into it.
Oh, really?
They're idiots around here. Oh, yeah, there's some idiots around here.
Oh, for God's sakes.
America.
Yeah, but what's really annoying is there are places in the same country, and I know you might as well count each state as its own country, the bloody size of the damn things, and they kind of do govern themselves to a certain degree. But as a country, there are some places that it's fine to go and have it, and you can get it nice and safely, and there are other places where you have to deal with criminals that'll put things like...
Yeah, if I wanted to go get it nicely and safely, like I could try to use my anxiety disorder and move to Florida, or at least, give myself a use family I've got down there as a residence in California. I mean, not California, but Florida, because they've got medical marijuana. Or if I wanted to get it without a medical card, I'd have to take and drive at the least Virginia, but they don't have any dispensaries up, but it's legal there. So that means I'd have to take and drive to Maryland, where Daniel's at, or I have to go someplace like Michigan or Ohio. So,
well, you could always, seeing as Daniel's there, you could go, Daniel, pick it up for us, meet us halfway.
Yeah, but that's distributing. If he gets pulled over with it, even if he's to take it from Maryland and go into a weed legal state, they could take and pop him. Like, it's stupid. Some of the laws regarding it. It's like, well, if you're going to deregulate it, you got another state that's that's decriminalized it. Take away any penalties. You know what I'm saying? That makes no sense to take and have penalties between states.
Jesus.
Yeah. Fun stuff.
Sense. Oh yeah, very fun. Very, very fun.
And that's where you have things like each state kind of feels like their own independent country at times, because the laws regarding things they're not uniform across state lines. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah,
it's almost like America is the same as Europe.
Yeah, essentially. It's not one country, it's a combination conglomerate of countries.
Yeah. It's a federation of independent states that have basically said, yeah, we'll unionize. That's really all it is.
Yeah, which is Europe. Europe is however many 20 odd countries or whatever, all united under one governing body, the EU.
Yeah.
We're not in the EU anymore because people are racist.
We don't have we'll do it all right as long as we don't piss off the Texans. Right.
And what's kind of funny is here, like, Texas, if they wanted to be like, hey, we don't want to be part of this no more, legit, there'd be another, bit of federal skullduggery to keep them in and stuff like that. But they've got a big enough GDP by themselves. They could be their own independent nation.
Yep.
Same thing with California. It's just they're run by a bunch of idiots all the damn time. So
I don't know.
You probably get 3 states out of 1 for California.
I wouldn't say any of them are run by idiots. I think they're all run by very intelligent people. They know exactly what they're doing, and it's succeeding for them.
Well, some people, yeah.
No, California, I'm going to completely disagree with that, because if you look at California and they know what they're doing, but the problem is what they're doing in California. It's frightening. Like, they've got like San Francisco, and San Francisco has basically, it's the wild, wild west, except no guns, because it's the one place in the nation where they're heavily, heavily regulated. Probably a good thing with all the drugs they do not take and enforce laws against. They've got the biggest homeless encampment, if I'm not mistaken, in the country. They're in sounds like my damn headphones are dying. They got the largest homeless encampment out there, and they don't, like, for theft, for battery, like simple battery and stuff. They don't take and prosecute that kind of stuff. They basically done away with misdemeanors, which on the one hand sounds like a good thing, but when you factor in everything that entails, when you get stuff like Skid Row, where there's feces in the streets and stuff like that, homelessness, encampments, and people camping basically on businesses' doorsteps and stuff, while having an extreme cost of living, they're insane. Like, they're run by people that are absolutely insane and have no concept of how the economy is supposed to work.
See?
Yeah, you definitely know more about it than I do. I don't know much about individual states. I just know kind of like the rough idea on America itself from like your channel and other people's channels and stuff like that. And
bring scary crap back over a little bit closer to home for you then. I was in Manchester city centre the other day, and I saw what is possibly the scariest poster I've ever seen on a bus stop in my life.
Was it a mirror?
No, it was "It's okay to sell heroin in this area" poster. And I hit you not.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that as well, because heroin is like...
What the...
You have to have a license to get it, though, but it's still... Yeah, I've seen it before, yeah.
What the actual...
They mean it for medical purposes, though. It's that kind of thing. It's just a really, really badly written poster.
I'll say they've got needle stations and stuff like that in parts of LA, and they've got, especially like places like Oregon as a whole, if I'm not mistaken, has decriminalized a lot of fucking drugs. But I think it's Portland and also parts of Washington. Like, it's insane. They've got, you can go to these places and inject. They're called safe injection sites. The problem is they call it, they've used places like Portugal as an example of where, decriminalizing has worked. But the problem is they haven't set up the rehabilitation network that you take and get in places like Portugal or other countries where decriminalization has worked and addiction rates have dropped. They just decriminalize it for the sake of decriminalizing. And so that way, basically, the cops aren't taking and picking up every junkie who's using on the streets.
Yeah.
But the effect is nowhere close to the same. These people businesses are leaving these places, and it's crazy. It's absolutely insane.
Well, they're going to flop then, aren't they? They're going to lose everything that they've got. There's going to be nobody there, and therefore there's going to be there's nothing to govern, so the government will not be able to do anything. You can't be a government if there's nothing there to govern.
Yeah. I'm all for small government, but like, we got to take and draw a line somewhere. Like, I don't mind. People want to do what they're going to do. That's cool. You make it. If they want to use the drugs, I have no problem with that. The problem is once you start committing crimes to further your drug use, and we're not taking and actually
addressing
criminalizing the crimes anymore. so they can get those drugs, that's the part I have a problem with. And that's exactly what's happening. They're not prosecuting anything.
Yeah. That's the benefit of making the drugs legal. No one's doing it No one's doing it illegally, and it can be more carefully monitored.
Well, yes, if you take care of anything that's going to come from an aftermath. So things like heroin, being addicted to nicotine. I know what addictive drugs are like. They are hell to try and come off. And I've seen people come off heroin. It is not nice. It is not a nice drug.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be one hell of a high for what it does to you. It must be one hell of a thing, because that's a steep price to pay.
Hadwich, the places here where they've got medical care to take and do the illegal drugs, the medical care is Narcan. Straight up. Yeah. So if somebody is in a safe environment and uses, and they OD in that safe environment, their medical care is Narcan. Full stop. And
it's not actually a safe place. It's just somewhere we can get you while you're out of the way.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because if it was a safe place, then there would be EMTs on hand, ready to, and there would be medical personnel, and there would be people trained to go, right, okay, this needs to be happening, this needs to be happening, this needs to be happening. Hell, the junkies probably know what to do better than the bloody staff that are in there.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of the people that staff those places are volunteers. The crazy thing is, even with these places that have these safe usage places, you still see needles and paraphernalia all in the streets and stuff like that. But again, if you're going to use, I have no problem if somebody's going to use. By all means, it's your body. Do what you want to take and do. Just don't let whatever you get addicted to or whatever you're using control you. And that's the part they leave out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's it. They take and give out Narcan in the homeless areas, and they do that. It's like, bruh. Just encourage the overdoses, why don't you?
You dirty bastards. Dirty, dirty bleeders. Ah, well. So are you voting Trump this time?
What's that?
Are you voting Trump this time, or are you voting local?
I vote local. I don't know if I'm going to take and do the national election. We don't have any good candidates, man. Like, it's... People are like, oh, you can't complain. Yeah, I can fucking complain even if I don't vote in a national election. So I'm going to take and go for a doddering old fool or some dumb shit billionaire who tries to play the everyman card. I'm sorry. Both of them are the horrible. We have no actual choice in this country. As much as they want to take and give us the illusion.
Who is up for, is it just Trump and Biden?
Trump and Biden.
I thought there was somebody else that was potentially able to.
Vivek Ramaswamy is one that's taken and gathered some appeal. What's his name? Robert Kennedy. He's someone that I think would, for moderates especially, would do really well. I would vote for him if he got the Democratic nom, but they're not going to allow him to do it. It's just because he's not.
That's the one I've heard about. Yeah, Robert Kennedy was the one I'd heard of.
Forgive me, I don't know politics in America that well. But I
don't worry, most people here don't either.
But I
don't understand it that well at all, but yeah.
I just can't understand how someone who has been accused and I think has been criminalized is still able to be president.
Well, here's the thing. He's been indicted, but he hasn't been convicted. And there's a big difference in the two. And that's one of the reasons why he's still...
What does indicted mean?
Indicted means you've just been brought up on charges. Like, stuff's been brought to a grand jury. There's like, there's enough stuff to continue going.
I thought there's been proof given.
Oh, no.
No, it's like, he said this, he said this, he said this. Right, this is an important thing. When behind closed doors, we're going to talk about it.
Okay.
Right, now give us the proof. And that's pretty much at the stage what we're at, isn't it? Where they're going, now give us the proof.
Well, and part of the problem is in this country, I don't think the Democrats are figuring out, is the fact that we've never seen a previous president from a separate political, from the opposite political party. It doesn't matter what's happened in office, actually come up on charges before. Like they've never, and there's been plenty that could have happened before due to some of the scandals that have happened, but we've never seen it happen. So they're weaponized everything, and now it's turning the people that might have been on the fence, that were Republican Party, that just kind of swallowed because they, took and voted for him because he he wasn't Hillary Clinton. And now they're pushing more support that way towards Trump than if they'd just took and let everything die, let him dig his own grave with the idiocy that he says a lot of times. And they don't get that. That's the reason why his base is unfortunately growing.
Is it growing? I didn't know that. I thought he was still very, very much on the unpopular vote.
No. See, that's political. That's spin. That's a lot of spin because it's
Trump's on the up. Even I know Trump's on the up.
Well, you take a look at the difference between any Democrat rally and Trump's rallies, and his rallies have gotten bigger than they were before he was president, which to me shows that he's grown in popularity and grown an even bigger base. And it doesn't help that the policies that have been passed by Biden haven't worked at all. And have just been, it seems, one fiasco after another. He can't run together coherent statements.
But surely Trump is the worst of the two.
No,
not really. No, not at all.
He's a complete and utter fool.
But so is Biden.
Not. Wait a minute, hang about. You're calling a billionaire who's become the president of the United States of America a fool.
No. The fact that he's become the president of the US doesn't make a difference.
That's popularity contest at that point.
Yeah, exactly. It's popularity. That's all it is. He's famous. He was famous before he went up there. You know, that's how.
He was unpopular. He was unpopular famous.
And see, that's what a lot of folks don't get too. He was not only, he's been known in this country. He's been a figure in this country, whether you like him or you don't like him, since the early 80s.
Yep.
Right. He's appeared on talk shows and news and stuff like that before anything like The Apprentice in this country. But The Apprentice kind of put him out there in the stratosphere as far as like B-list and C-list celebrities are concerned. But once he took and run and then basically took and put himself as an outsider, an outsider of politics and stuff like that, while same time telling us that, yeah, you basically take and donate whatever campaign that you think is going to give you favorable things. He took and resonated a lot more than people who are part of the establishment and phony as hell. So he picked up a lot of people that way. So he's great with PR. His policies are just ass. But you take a look at Biden, his policies are just as bad of ass.
I don't really know much about Biden. All I know is like the stuff that Trump comes out with is borderline insanity.
See, the only thing for me, this is the reason why I didn't vote for Trump the first go around. I won't vote for him the second go around. Everybody wants to point that he's racist and he said this and that's racist, and I'm like, no. Read the full transcript of what's said instead of sound bites, and you take everything into context. He's not being racist. He's using statistics from DHS and other organizations within the nation to take and give what he's said. A lot of stuff is taken out of context with him, but when the minute he started going on with the tariffs, and we got to take and start, redo the tariffs and the trade agreements and stuff like that, I was like, no, that's not stuff you mess with as you come in. We've got trade agreements with people that, yeah, sometimes they don't quite work out for us, but you're talking about starting a tariff war here, basically. And that's exactly what happened. And the people here suffered because of it. My groceries under Trump rose. I could take and feed 4 people under Trump or in his first year before all the tariff stuff started happening, for $120 a week. A little bit expensive, but not bad. By the time he was out of office, it's like $200, and now it's almost $300 and something, $400, because it's just insane with the inflation.
Is that really down to the administration, or is it not just down to the world economy?
No, that's a lot of that's down to administrative policy.
Right.
The one thing I will say in Trump's favor is the fact that under him, like, there's a lot of jobs that were created. Now, granted, everybody wants to tout his whole thing with oil. Oh yeah, we only paid. By the time, before he was out, we only paid like 99 cents a gallon. I'm like, yeah, it's because the price of oil had cratered because we were in we were under COVID whenever he took and left. You know what I'm saying? People don't take a look at that, but the job sector outside of oil industry grew exponentially. Like that's the one thing I can give him, but there's a lot of other stuff that he did that's just like, bruh.
I can't. Yeah, no one ever said he was perfect. He claims to be a man, which is, at least he's fallible. At least he's willing to answer to.
Which the funniest thing to me, whenever he was running, was the people with the locker room talk conversation that had been recorded that got out. And I'm like, bro, that's dudes in the locker room. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Every bloke on the planet's going, what? I don't see the problem.
And then also talking about and then they took and got upset when he was talking about how women are with men in power. And that's the other thing they took and clipped. It's like, now he's talking about the way women are drawn to men with power and money. They'll basically throw themselves a lot of times at them. And we've seen that throughout. We've seen that. Like, so he's not taking and saying anything that's it's just the way he says it. You're not expecting that from a political candidate.
Well, it's historically accurate, so I can't really say much about that. Good news, I don't have to strip my 70-pound model. It seems to have turned out okay.
I thought it would.
I was hoping it would. There was part of me going, well, it worked on the rest of them, so it should be okay.
I think you've just been sat there looking at it for too long over the week.
Yeah, I think I have. Those back bits have come out quite nice, which I'm quite happy with, having green on them. I'm not sure what to do with his mouth, though, fully. I'm going to have to choose a different colour for his mouth.
It already looks badass. Like, that's...
I've still got to wash the base yet. And then...
He doesn't mean with soapy water.
No, I don't. I mean with Norn oil, which I did find. And where the friggin' hell did I put it? I've put it in the box underneath in the place where you can't get stuff. Wish me luck, people.
Look for what? Oh, you've lost something.
Oh, well, easy enough. Woo! First time. I thought I was going to be there for about half an hour looking for this bloody thing. Thank you very much, Jack. Thank you very much. How much of this have I got to read up on? JV, what's up, man? Thank you very much for joining.
Lots of people today.
I know. I have no idea why I've missed. Yeah, I've missed everyone coming.
It's because EB's here.
It is. But I'm not advertised.
No. It's fun watching Laz. I wish I was able to watch him more whenever he goes live.
Well, I'm going to be doing the same as Laz soon, so you can watch me if you want to.
Yeah, but the thing is, if I've got a personality and actually make him laugh, he'll be just like, oh, for fuck's sake. So, so yeah, I've got to give this.
Oh my god!
Well, yeah, yeah. I'm me whether I'm live on camera or whether I'm talking to you on.
Which Jessica, it pisses me off. You go live on goddamn Facebook, and the only reason why I've ever got my Facebook open is so my wife, I can chit chat back and forth with her. That if I run across something stupid, I can take and share it because I like funny stuff. I rarely ever share anything really personal on there. It's just as a means to keep up with family members or chit chat with a wife while she's at work. I'll take and open up Facebook and I'll see Synscape Studios was live 1 hour. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm like, shit.
Yeah.
I missed it.
Do you want me to post a link in your Discord like before I could do it?
That won't work. He forgets that just as much as he forgets his Facebook.
You'll see that. My Discord starts with my computer, but every time I start my computer, my original intention of getting on is recording. So Discord goes down straight away. Like Discord comes up with the computer, immediately gets quit out of. I need to take and be in there more often so I can chit chat with folks as I get busy with shit and just completely forget about it.
What you need is Discord on your phone, not on your PC.
Well, I'll be.
You can always just message. You could message me on Facebook, even if it's through the Synscape Studios Facebook Messenger or something like that.
Yeah,
I get it that way. I can tune in.
I can do that soon, though. Probably sometime this week. I haven't decided what date. I'm going to be going on Twitch and streaming through YouTube as well at the same time. Doing what Laz is doing now, basically. But I don't know. I need, and I'm hoping that enough people will come and join in and do what Laz has here with people jumping in and chatting.
It'll be that's interesting. Might want to see if you can't take and add Kick in there too. They're just chatting, just like Twitch is just chatting. Really interesting stuff happens on that platform.
Yeah. I'm curious to see what it will do, and I'll be doing it more on the professional business side of things. So I'll be doing my live painting. I'll probably do competitions on there and stuff like that. And I don't know exactly how I'll do it, but I want it to become a fairly mainstay part of the business kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. What I recommend.
What do you mean? No, I take offense. What do you mean more professional? I take offense by that, you cheeky shit. I'm from Manchester, Jack, by the way.
One of the things I recommend is taking and getting a bot set up and making sure whenever you go live, you have that bot taking and moderating. And one of the things you can do is set, like, because you're always running competitions for things, make sure you have it set up to where whatever competition or whatever raffle you got going on, there's a link to that raffle for folks. So that way, and it might take a little bit to build up a little bit of folks to take and watch as you take and do it. But the more you do it, the more folks, more consistent you are with it, the more you'll take and get folks to take and roll through and stuff like that. So you got a link that you can take and put in there about every 15, 20 minutes. Has the option of folks going, oh, I want to enter the raffle for whatever piece. That right there taking kind of, that could also drum more for that.
Do you know how to set up bots and stuff like that? Because I've literally never been on Twitch. I've watched a couple of streams on Twitch before, but that's
the only bot I ever used was Nightbot. And I'll be honest with you. It's one of the reasons why I don't stream all that much on places like Twitch or Kick. I'm good with like the technical pieces of things. Like I can kind of troubleshoot software and stuff, but bots and stuff, getting that kind of stuff set up, I need to put more time into learning that stuff my damn self. Like that's one of those things that I've tried setting it up and had to turn it off halfway through a stream just because it was being glitchy as shit or because I had the parameters wrong for something. So
okay, I'll have to watch some YouTube videos or something. But if there is anyone who does know what they're doing on Twitch, like, please send me a message.
I don't even know what I'm doing on a keyboard at this moment in time. No man on Twitch.
Yeah, lads, don't worry. I wasn't going to ask you.
I was only typing a very simple sentence. I've not looked at Twitch. I've considered Rumble. I'm going over to Rumble, but I don't know.
It's funny. People take and tell me, hey, whatever gets blocked on YouTube, you ought to take and put it on Rumble. And I'm like, no. That or Daily Motion. I'm always like, no. YouTube is the best platform, as many warts and ugly pieces as it has. It's the best platform to take and get any kind of push. But you start
because there's more people on it. There's simply, if someone wants to watch a video, they go to YouTube, not Rumble or anything like that. I only come across Rumble recently. I'm following one creator on there who also has a YouTube channel, but only because they keep getting their videos demonetized in every single episode because they chase after people who like younger people.
Right. Okay.
Trying to be careful with the way I word it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You know what I mean. They chase after people like that and get them arrested and interview them and get them to self-incriminate themselves and all that. Weirdly, it's quite fun to watch them stand there and confront these people for like an hour and a half, 2 hours. That's the only way I know Rumble, and I don't like Rumble. It's very awkward and not very. It doesn't feel very well.
Yeah, it's not user friendly at the moment. Still.
No, he's still going through his teething stage at the moment.
Yeah,
I mean,
and his monetization policy isn't great either. And that's one of the reasons why I'm like, It's not only the monetization policy, but you take and tell folks, hey, this video is here, and you're liable to lose subscribers because I had to happen with Daily Motion. I've got Allo, and take and go find it on Daily Motion, and -6 subscribers. And I'm like, yeah, fuck all that shit. If I can't get it on YouTube, they won't get it no more.
Yeah.
It is most reliable at the moment because, as Sinscape said, that's where everyone goes with look for videos. And you said, DB, you go here. You go to YouTube.
I swear, if I could get all my subscribers to switch wholesale over to Patreon, I would take and put out a whole lot more free stuff on Patreon. If you wanted to take and join the paid version, by all means, I appreciate it, but it's not something you have to take and do. But I would definitely put way more free stuff over there.
Yeah,
just because it's so much fucking easier with shit, and I ain't gonna take and worry about. Yeah, I don't have to worry about the same copyright concerns as I do.
I've got a few people on Patreon, on my Patreon as well, actually. They just get discounted.
You've got a Patreon?
Yeah. I mention it at the end of every fucking live stream. Just I watch you watch me live.
It just shows how much attention and pain I am there.
I have a Patreon and you can get like discounts off any commissions and price comps permanently for the whole month. They get their money back easily, and I get a guaranteed income.
That's why I don't pay attention to it, because I paint my own models and I don't enter competitions.
Right, but I only have like one or two competitions a week that I paint. The rest of them are new in box, and you know that.
I know.
So enter some competitions. Stop being a scroungy little cunt, and give you some money.
No, I prefer the more guaranteed method of I'll just buy the model. Although
but you have to pay like 70 quid for a model then, or you can buy one, or you can have a chance, a pretty good, strong chance for 99p.
I did for this one. However, we got the other one that's still not arrived yet was ordered from Whaling Games, so I didn't pay £70 for that one. So yeah, I will have another one of these.
Then.
So I will have another one of these to do up.
£55 then, but you could have got one for 99p. But no.
You've seen my look on your draws. The numbers actively avoid wherever I am. It's like, what number is it? What number is it? 274, 306.
I mean, that's true.
912. Right.
Sam Smith is back into the lucky numbers again.
Yeah. So if I'm in the 200s, it'll choose 3. If I'm in the low numbers, it'll choose the high. It avoids me. I know it does. So it's just I've never been a lucky person. So.
Neither have I. The funny thing is, right, I used to enter prize competitions all the time before I started mine for like gaming computers and for Warhammer stuff as well on other companies that do it. Never won once, but it seems to be that now I've actually got my own prize comp site. I win every week. Whoop!
It's funny.
Hey, homie, I'm gonna hop off of here. I gotta call the wife and.
Very quickly before you go, do you remember that arc that I did earlier? You can see now that it's dried a bit more. You can see the definition.
Oh yeah,
yeah, right. This is why I give it an extra dry brush afterwards, and hopefully this is going to work. And it should just bring out the extra few edges. You see how it gives it a little bit more of a tonal thing over it.
Yeah,
and that's essentially the slap chop technique.
Well, that's adding the extra dry brush at the end. You don't have to do that, but it does work on some models.
Yes, but yeah, that's essentially the dry brush technique, and it's very quick, very easy, and you got all your detail done. Yay!
See,
quick.
I've already got so much stuff that takes and divides my time. I'm afraid if I was taking,
no, we'll lose you forever.
Which I want to take and buy some stuff that me and Kendall can do together for miniatures. Because I think she would enjoy that because she likes painting anyways. She'll take in she's got a dinosaur mask and she'll pull it into the living room or into the kitchen. She'll put it on the kitchen table, and we've got like little water paints that we've gotten for her stuff, and she'll take and paint on it. So I think she'd like miniatures. I think that's something that keep her busy for a while. You know.
You should get her into it. You should definitely get her into it.
Yeah. How old is she again?
She's 10. My concern is the fact that, well, I'd get her stuff like licensed type stuff, like Disney has no, nothing like that, not yet. She'd probably grow into that type of stuff. Of course, no, I don't know. With her, she's kind of weird. She likes all kind of off the wall type stuff. So that might be something to be up her alley.
She might like Gunpla. which is essentially building Gundams.
Yep.
Similar to this, but there's no painting involved. It's already painted for you. You just click the bits out and put them all together, and it just looks like a nice model. Ta-da.
Oh no, she would like the painting aspect, but more, I think. But I'm afraid that I start that with her. Once I start that with her, it's going to lead into kind of a cathartic, like, addiction for me. So I've been kind of holding off on getting that stuff for a bit.
There's a very good reason why people in this hobby regard these miniatures as plastic crack.
I imagine so. I imagine so.
That's what it is. That's what it is to us, plastic crack.
That's what I call it when I refer to it. Why are you always looking at that? It's like, we call it plastic crack for a reason. Every day I will go in and say, all right, well, okay, let's have a quick look. Every single day.
And technically, I'm a dealer.
So it's kind of like me with the game Rust, or now COD again, since I got Modern Warfare 3 finally.
No,
and, different video game stuff.
Some days I won't even do anything on it. I'll just go to the website and close it again.
Yeah, no, I'll take and do that with like base building and tips and tricks and different things, or meta guns, and yeah.
You're not actually doing anything, but you're doing pottering around. Yeah,
exactly. So, hey man, appreciate you letting me up here. Y'all have fun.
Not a problem. Anytime, home.
Y'all have fun. Good talking with both of y'all. You know, if there's
cool.
I'm so glad every so often, because y'all two have like been two of the longest running people in my community, like from before I even had like memberships or any of that shit. So I greatly appreciate it. Y'all, I always enjoy being able to talk to y'all two specifically too. So y'all have fun.
No, you know,
the old days were great. It still are, of course, but I remember them.
They've gone quieter. The old days.
They have a little bit.
The old days is different. Anyway, you've got to go tidy up before the wife gets home. So hurry up. Oh, he's gone. Right, okay.
Yeah, I was just about to say you're talking to a wall. So was I.
Well, that's because I was looking down again. See, this is the problem with anyone watching Jack or anyone who's not used to me on this. Because I look down a lot, I don't see the chat, which is
I'm the same. I've got my laptop almost behind me. Give me a second. I'm just topping up my wet palette.
That just sounded wrong. And yes, I have just moved on to an entirely new model, because now I'm pasting my Terminator Chaplain, which is the other model that I got at the same time as those two. But the Terminator Chaplain doesn't need a lot because, well, he's already black. So, yeah, awesome. Actually, a little bit of a wash on certain areas.
There we go. Topped up my wet palette. Actually, probably a bit too much wet palette in that.
Yeah,
I need to top up my water as well.
Yeah, drain your wet palette into your water.
That's what I'm going to do.
Give the bone.
Change the water. I've got a new water dispenser thing that's actually pretty cool.
Is it called a squeezy bottle?
What?
Is it called a squeezy bottle? Welcome back.
No. It's actually quite clever. It's this.
It's what? Oh, you got one of them things.
Yeah, you press this button and then it drops all the bad paint into the thing at the bottom. So if you've used metallic paints, you can get rid of the metallic pigment and then use fresh water every time you clean your brush.
Yeah, I saw them.
It's useful.
I just thought I'll stick to the jar.
I get it, but like one of the problems with that is if you're using metallic paints, you really shouldn't use metallic paints on certain brushes, and you really shouldn't use washes on certain brushes because both paints damage the brushes. And if you've dipped a metallic paint into the water, you've suddenly contaminated that cup of water from all of the other paint brushes that you've got, so, and because I spend quite a bit of money on brushes, I don't really want to
destroy your brushes.
Yeah.
Which is probably why I'm one of the most infuriating painters on ever, because
thankfully I don't actually have to watch you paint on my streams.
Yes, which is probably a good thing. Because I buy cheaper brushes because I can't afford the expensive ones.
To be fair, these ones that I've got here, the Fumui or something like that, it was like 20 brushes for like 30 quid or something like that. Not really a brand, just cheap brushes that I got for 20 quid. And then I've got like a few other brushes that I use that are expensive that I use for fine detail. Are you back in a second?
One, you're not quick enough. See, you were even quick enough to get that. I'll respond to it. Hurry up, damn it. Where's my lead belcher gun? Where's my lead belcher gun? Where's my lead belcher gun? Bitch Basic Silver. Where is it? No. Aha! It was on my desk. Why didn't you tell me? You was on something. It was like right there. You could have just. I don't know. Anyway, found it now. Got a lead belcher. Can't remember why did I need a lead belcher. I need a lead belcher for what reason did I need a lead belcher? His mask. He's got a mask. Look. Don't be an ass. Yeah, see that white bit? He's got a mask, so I've got to paint that. Got to paint that silver. I knew there was a reason I wanted lead belcher, but I forgot to shake it up because I completely didn't think about using it tonight, and I didn't think I'd be that quick with the models. Oh, I should have a brew somewhere as well. I've got a brew. Right, just as Sync gets back, I'm going to get my brew 1 second.
Oh, am I holding the photo? That's dangerous.
You can be really unprofessional as well. You can put it on camera. Don't get mixed up with the water.
What?
I'm saying don't get my brew mixed up with the water. Brew,
oh, right. Well, that's the
water.
benefit of having one of these dispensers. I can't do that anymore.
Well, the jar's about the same size as my cup, so it is quite...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I had the same problem. Every painter's done it, though. Every painter's drank paint water or put their paintbrush in a cup of tea.
It's more put my paintbrush in a cup of tea that I've done. However, I'm old school, so I come from the licking the brushes era. So I've had little strips.
Oh, I do that as well. That's a bad habit, but I do it as well.
Just one moment, because I need to ask something.
It's not very nice when you actually clean your brushes with some brush soap, because I've got this now as well that I use to clean the brushes. It's literally soap for the brushes. And when I've used that, and then I lick the brush to get a point, nah. Not nice.
Right, sorry about that. I was listening to you, but yeah, I used to keep the point on them as well. I do have some of that brush soap that is so rocketed up in price. I bought my brush soap. It was like £7, like 25 quid or something now.
Yeah, I did not pay 25 quid for that.
Yeah,
I paid about a tenner for that. If that.
Well, not the cleaner. You know that Masters brush soap and preserver.
Oh right, okay. Have you seen the one I've got?
It's probably that one.
Recommended by a YouTuber, and it's good.
Yeah, that one. I've had one of them. I've had it for about 15 years, but I've got mine slightly flatter and wider.
Yeah. I wish this was flat and wide instead of. It's a bit awkward to get the brush into there at an angle.
But essentially, this brush was held with that stuff, and when I got it, as I said, I think it was 200 mil thingy when I got it. So it was a reasonable chunk of soap, and it cost me about 7-8 quid. Now to get the same thing cost me about 25 quid. It's like, holy balls, how the hell? Like, I understand that it's gone up because it's good and more people are buying it, but that's just
what's gone up?
That Master soap to get the same one that I've got, which is essentially bigger, easier to use version.
The shape of the tub can't be the only difference if you're paying 25 and I paid 10 for that.
What's the capacity? How much do you get in that one?
In this, there's a big sticker on the back of it. I can't really tell.
It should be on the big sticker.
No, it's actually just a plain white sticker on the back of it.
Oh.
What am I looking for? I've forgotten.
Some degree of measurement of how much volume is in there.
It says net weight 1 ounce, 28.3 grams.
Oh no, mine was way more than that. I'm sure it was.
I mean, that's all I can see.
I mean, I could go dig it out to make sure, but that means I won't go dig it out to make sure. Sorry, I'm only at an hour. I've got a little bit of time. 1 minute. And I need to wait for this to dry anyway. So.
I don't know. I think it's at 28. I don't really know. It seems a bit small for the top. Oh, I'm on my own. Let's insult him. Let's say some horrible things about him. I don't know.
Whoa, water.
See? Downside of doing it that way.
Right, yeah, see. Mine's a 2.5 ounce.
Okay. But still, well, hold on. 2.5 ounce. How much did I say mine was?
You said use
1
about
ounce.
10. Yeah.
All right, okay, so it works out the same price per.
Yeah, but as I said, it only cost me about 7 or 8 quid when I bought it originally.
Yeah,
This is the same one that I've been using for over a decade because it's been mashed up to hell. It's been used.
That is disgusting. You need to clean that. You need some soap for your soap.
No, you don't. You just need to run it through water and clean off all this.
Yeah, I know, but that's horrible. I don't know how you can use that.
Easily. It's soap. It's self-cleaning.
It's not self-cleaning. It's blue.
Only bits of it are blue.
Only bits of it. It's not like someone had vomited blue sick all over it.
Oh, that's a bit harsh. I don't fraternize with Smurfs.
Well, I'm getting on with a job that I've been putting off for far too long.
Yeah, essentially the same thing, Jack. That's what that soap does. You can use it as a preserver.
I've got, I don't know how many of these I've got. I don't really know if I want to count them.
Too many. That'll do. Fucking hell, that's a lot. No, don't bother counting them. Well, while you're counting them, yeah, that's what this does as well. Essentially, it's you clean it, and then once you've cleaned your brush off, if you use your wet brush and just kind of give it a little bit of a rubbing and reshape it and leave it to dry, it's a preserver as well. So essentially, what you do with oils. It works.
33. I have 33 powered sword blades to draw a tiny lightning effect all over.
Who on earth is building 33 custodes?
I don't know. One of my clients, 2,000 point army or something like that. I don't know.
You're not getting 33. How the hell do you get 33 custodes in a 2,000 point army?
I don't know. I don't know how many points it is. But 33 custode. It's 33 blades for Custodes army, and all they want me to do is the actual blades and paint lightning effect and make them green.
Is that it? Do you want to leave the rest all for them to paint?
Yeah. I don't even have the rest of the models. I only have the weapons.
No, that's what I mean. But on the weapons, it's just do the blades, leave the handles.
It's just the blades, leave the rest of it to him. Not so bad for a £200 commission.
Not bad at all. And I'm guessing all he's going to do then is tape over the blades and carry on his paint job.
I don't know. No idea what he's doing. But also for him, I also did those marble bases, if you remember them.
Right. So if we see any Instagram models of Henry Cavill with lightning blades and marble bases, we know who's done it. Because you're charging 200 quid to do lightning blades. Jesus Christ, that's expensive.
And the marble bases.
Oh, and the marble bases.
And there was like 50 of the marble bases or something. These.
Yeah, but
all painted, done.
See, I need to cut a load more out to go with them. Because I've got my heavy intercessors on, essentially concrete, which I need to base up a bit more. But I need to find out something to do with them that doesn't involve just putting cracks and divots and stuff like that in it. I'm not sure how to do it. Concrete's hard. Tarmac's even harder.
Concrete is hard.
Yeah, if you're not actually... Well, should I say tarmac's hard?
I don't know what you mean. Painting concrete is hard.
Making that look like tarmac.
Oh, right. I couldn't be bothered with all that crap.
Cobbled streets are far easier. I am tempted
to
just...
yeah, I mean, I've got a roller pin. I've got a roller pin to do cobbled streets if people want me to do that.
I'm tempted to just start drawing around these things and just go, right, cut that out of these tiles, them tiles that I made. And just go right there, okay, I've got a load of bases. And everybody gets them. That does mean I'd have to redo my Tyranids again. And he wouldn't be able to have his big base like that. I'd have to lop him off that and put something else on there. Which means customization. I still don't even know what I'm doing with my second one yet. Do I build it as an annihilator or do I build it as another emissary?
I have no idea what the difference is.
One's slightly more ranged based, one's just gonna run up and just kill you.
Alright, well, if it was up to me, I'd do the combat one. But you know my reasons for that.
You like running up and killing things?
No, because I don't like Tyranids with guns. They look stupid.
Well, his is more psychic. The more psychic range weapons than.
Oh right, okay. Psychic's not bad then.
So they're all psychic range weapons. So it's not. Yeah, it's not as bad for him. He's not got that.
If he's not holding a sword or a gun or something, then it'll look fine to me.
No, in fact, the melee one is the one with the guns in his chest. Big spines sticking out of his chest as harpoons that he fires.
Oh, the spines. Yeah, the spines are all right because that is not. That's not too weird. That can be explained naturally, kind of thing. But holding a gun is just silly. I get it. I get the law behind why they have it and all that. I just don't like it.
Just gonna correct Kirsty there. It's melter, not melted, in the world of 40k.
Right, here we go. Now to get on with what I've been putting off. Oh shit, my brush is
not good.
The I don't know what you call it. The metal bit that holds the actual brush to the wooden handle is loose. Yeah, that's the one. So I'm gonna have to super glue it in.
Oh, lovely. Right. Now that I've done that. Yes, by the way, anyone who joined because of the find out whether or not I ruined a £70 model, no, I didn't. It turned out well enough for my army.
Don't be silly. Everyone knows that they joined because the EB was here.
Yeah, because that's how I've left now as well. Now we've got 3 viewers instead of what I think it was 8 or 9 at the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, everyone's left because of EB. That's fine. That's fine. I know lots of people come for who I know, not who I am. And so with a chaplain, there's usually lots of gold on them, isn't there? Lots and lots of gold in chaplains.
Gold? No, it's black.
I mean, the armor's black, but the trim.
Oh yeah, trim is usually gold, and then the right shoulder pad is usually black with the white Terminator crux. Sorry, the left one. The one that's usually the chapter symbol has the Terminator crux. and it's painted black with the white Terminator crux. And then the right shoulder pad on the chaplain is painted in the chapter's color schemes. So Terminators always have their chapter symbol on the shoulder pad swapped to the other shoulder, because the Terminator crux is more significant symbolistic wise.
I'm just going to answer the chat before I infuriate you. Hours, it probably took me about 3 hours in total to do the Norn-Emissary, the Neurolictor, and get him up to this stage in total. Just to infuriate you. So you said that one should be blue. That one should be right. So this one's going to be blue. I'm going to keep this one black. Awesome.
Fuck you.
Just to infuriate you, I'll just do
but
that.
Then your chapter icon thing is not gonna be on a black background instead of a blue background.
I might just do them both blue.
What?
I might just do them both blue and keep them in theme with the rest of the army.
All right. Well, if they're both blue, then fine. You're just screwing it up. Although I have to say, right, I have to do a commission. Well, I'm in the middle of doing a commission. Not right now. I need to build them, but it's for the Raptors army. And the story of the Raptors is that they were blue and yellow, and they changed their armor to be more camouflage-like. And they're one of the few chapters that do paint their librarians, chaplains, and stuff in their color-coded suits. So the librarian is going to have to be painted the Raptor camo green.
So you're going to have to paint all these models completely against the Codex Astartes, which you would follow normally, but you're going to have to do it without its commission.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's fine. I don't mind doing it. Honestly, it's not really that big of a deal for me.
I don't mind doing it. He's going to grate on you every second you're doing it. I know
it's not actually, because it's thematically correct, and because it's thematically correct, I'm happy to do it. If I'd painted it blue and found out later that the librarian should be painted green, that would annoy me more.
So you've done your research on the chapter beforehand to make sure you don't.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I do my research on every chapter because I know some chapters are very different. Like I know there's a couple of other chapters that also paint their librarians different colors, or their tech marines. Like obviously the what is it, the Iron Hands or whatever they're called. They don't paint their tech marines red. They still keep them black and silver like the rest of the army is.
You see, I wouldn't paint my tech marines red. Believe it or not, my tech marines would be green. Do you know why my tech marines would be green? And I'm going to be.
Because you are lazy and you don't want to paint them how they should be?
No. There is actually a lore reason why I chose it. What is the founding chapter of my chapter? And you should know the answer to this.
Well, salamanders, but salamanders also paint their tech marines red.
True, but I am not salamanders. I'm a successor of the salamanders. So therefore, my tech marines are going to be painted green in respect to the Promethean cult.
So is it going to be like a bright green, or is it?
It's going to be salamandery green.
Okay. I mean, I don't like it too much, but
neither do I.
I understand that. Well, why don't you just paint it red then? If you don't like it.
I don't want it red. I don't want red in my blue army. Or I don't want too much red.
But it actually looks strikingly good to have one single model that's different to the rest.
Yep, and bright bleeding green is going to do it.
Okay.
I've not got a tech marine yet, so that's a long way off. As soon as I get a tech marine, then I will consider it.
I've got one now. So I'll have a librarian, a tech marine, and an apothecary in my salamanders list, and they all look really nice together.
Ah. Then you're going to get blown up by a dreadnought and just getting clawed in the face, clawed off.
No, they won't.
They're all just going to be stood there together having a chat, and the rest of the armies going, "Will you do something?" Crunch. And they'll turn around and go, "Oh yeah, we're in the middle of the battle."
Well, when do you want a game then? And we'll see what my librarian and apothecary can do to your sad, pathetic existence.
You don't remember anything to do with my existence when we played a completely made-up game on Tabletop Simulator. So it would have nothing to do with my existence or your existence. It'll be whatever Tabletop Simulator says. And I know that's being cheated.
When do you want to play?
I don't know.
And we'll make it an official challenge. So if you beat me, you can have some skip credit. That doesn't mean it has to be live. I'm not going to do it live.
No, but I may record it.
That's fine. You can record it if you want.
Then if I win, I can put it out as a video. If I lose, I can just delete it. And I'd probably put it out anyway. Last time we actually played the first video, got quite a few views. If we can put an actual edited video out that has a full battle report on this one, then that would be awesome.
Yeah, but this time, instead of doing it live, just make it a edited video, maybe.
Yeah, just record the damn thing and then edit it afterwards.
Yeah, but I'll leave you to do the editing because I will not be able to do it with my voice on it.
What do you mean you won't be able to? I will be removing the audio.
I will not be able to watch. I will not be able to watch it in any process of editing or finished product.
I'll be removing the audio and talking.
Oh right, okay. Well, that's fine then.
So that'll be the way I'll be doing that one. Yeah.
Well, in that case, I don't mind watching it. But what I would recommend doing is don't make it too long. Just make it like a 15-20 minute video.
How am I supposed to make a battle in 15-20 minutes?
You skip all the bullshit that people aren't interested in.
I mean, I'll be skipping all the bullshit anyway, but I'm going to have to do certain things to make it visually entertaining.
Yeah, of course. But that means getting rid of all the droning bits in the middle of... Like, don't have a load of droning bits. You don't need to spend 10 minutes explaining one thing that's in the game. You can just make it quick and simple. Like,
oh yeah, I'll be deleting all the times when we start there going, but no, the rules say this, but the rules say this, and the rules say. I'll be deleting all that when nothing's actually happening.
Yeah, that only happened once, and that was because you'd forgotten what I told you in the previous game.
I've already forgot what it is that we was arguing over.
The fact that my army got sustained hits.
Oh yeah.
I thought you thought that you only get sustained hits on a 6, but no, I got it on a 5 because I had the
special cheating rule. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, my special cheating rule. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The question is though, what would you be taking? Because the last thing I want to do is bring my Firestorm Assault Force if you're going to bring a Firestorm Assault Force as well.
No, I won't be bringing a Firestorm Assault Force. As I said, I will be looking at bringing my Tyranids.
Okay, cool. I've
you
fought
can see
a few times with them.
You can see at least 3 of the models that you'll be facing.
Yeah, I don't need to know.
Well, yes, you do. Yes, you do, because you've got to put them into the little thingy so that it comes up with the models. You do need to know.
No, I mean, I don't need to know until the game. I don't want to know what your army list is.
All right, okay.
Well, I don't want to know what your army list is until like the night before when we've both decided what we're playing. And then we share the lists there and then.
Well, I'll be pretty much taking what I've got with what I wish to collect in the future to finish it off.
Yeah, I mean, like, take what you want to take in the army list. Don't just go by what models you have. My army is going to be what models I have, because the models I have is exactly kind of is
the way you
in my opinion an optimal Salamander's list. But you know,
the only problem I'm having again is which detachment type thing do I take with them? because none of them seem to fit it quite perfectly, but it could go into all of them to a degree. So I'm thinking one of the multi-changey ones might be the better choice for me.
Well, think about, I mean, you know I'm going to be taking Space Marines, so which one, I mean, I don't know what detachments in Tyranids are good, but which ones are bad. I don't really know. I know there's a Crusher one, the bigger models. I've fought a couple of Tyranid players. I don't know the full details, but there must be one that's better suited for fighting Space Marines than.
Well, there's one that kind of gives me a bit of flexibility depending what I'm. Because even though you're Space Marines, you may still take a Land Raider or an Impulse or some kind of vehicle things. So there's a changing one that will give me a bonus for when I'm attacking.
Well, one thing you can be 100% certain on, because you know I'm taking a Firestorm Assault Force. You know the stratagems. 3 of them are transport based, and all of them are very close range.
Yeah.
So straight away there, you know what kind of list I'm going to be taking.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm going to be sharing with you.
Yeah, as I said, there's a good chance you're going to have vehicles and you're going to have infantry. So something that'll allow me to deal with both. So this turn, make sure I take out the vehicles because that's what I've got extra boosts towards taking out. Next turn, use the one to take out the infantry. Like, let's take out the infantry and use it that way.
Yeah.
That's rather morbid, that, Kirsty. I hope it's a good memory and that I sound like, and it brings back good.
Sounds like my cousin who was murdered. All right.
Yeah.
That brings it down a bit.
It does. I hope it's good memories. And yes, Jack lives not too far from me, actually. Being both within the Greater Manchester area.
Sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive or anything. I've no idea really what you're talking about.
Jack lives. He was asking where I was from earlier, and I said Manchester, which I usually do to give a general. If you want to be able to put a pin on a map, that Manchester will do it. However, if me and Jack were to have a private conversation, I'm sure we could get into more nuanced topics of smaller areas within the Greater Manchester area, because he's also from within the Greater Manchester area. So we probably know a few of the same things, possibly gone to a few of the same pubs. Who knows? Well, it depends on how old Jack is, really, isn't it? I'm officially old now. I'm 40. It sucks. Right. Have you dried? Mostly. Okay, so there's base level chaplain. He looks more Black Legion than Space Marine at the moment.
You could, I mean, if it, I mean, there is quite a lot of gold on a Terminator model. A chaplain, you can't really get away with it. I've seen some people do silver though, and that kind of makes it not look so much like Black Legion.
Well, the reason I didn't do silver on this one is because I've done silver on my Blade Guard veterans and everything else, and I wanted the chaplain to stand out from them.
Yeah, as he should. So
I chose gold for this one. I think my captains have gold as well. The ones from the 9th edition launch box. Necrons, that one.
The Necrons was 9th edition, yeah.
Yeah, so the captain that you got in the 9th edition starter set, those ones I think are gold. The lieutenants I think are gold, but all the blade guards are silver. So that's how I have to try and tell the captains and the lieutenants apart. Because of the same bloody model. Because I were stupid. I weren't passing up on cheap models. I was going to get them. What? Yeah, awesome. Give me them. Lieutenants for £2 a pop. Yeah, go for it. Hold on. Here's 20 quid. Night, Jack. You have a good one, mate. It's going to be cold up near you tomorrow. We've got rid of our last snow, but you've probably still got all yours. Or at least last time I was going through Thornton was. So, I think I've done all right.
What time is it? 11 o'clock. Right, I need to feed my cats right now. I'm not going to disappear off. I just need to feed them right now because one of them has got vets tomorrow and can't eat after midnight. So,
well, I was about to call it actually. It's been about an hour and a half. Since you got stuff to do, if you want to say your byes and jump off, I'll close it down after that.
All right, okay. Well, I can sit and talk for 5 minutes if.
No, I mean literally, if you want to sit and do your byes, you jump, and then I'll close down. I'm gonna be turning it off while you're feeding your cats.
Okay. I can wait then.
Fair enough. Right, so that was hard work. Right, so yeah, I'm going to count this as a success. There will be touch-ups that I'll have to do in it, which I'll post properly on Instagram. Go back over the eyes, maybe change the mouth a little bit. But I will be posting pictures, so please check out on Instagram if you want to see the final pictures of it. But for tonight, I believe I'm going to be done. My trepidation of doing this was quelled. It's turned out much better than I thought it was, and it will tie into the rest of my army. I've just got to decide what I'm going to do with the other one when that arrives. Whether I'm going to make the same model or make the other variant that goes with it. But thank you everyone for joining me tonight. EB, who came up, Daniel, Kirsty, Jack, thank you all, and anyone else who's in the chat at the moment and who has been in the chat. I know Buzz has been up there. Angie and a lot of other people have made it over. Thank you everyone for coming, because you give me someone to talk to, and it kind of makes it a little bit makes it more worthwhile, since it makes me feel like I'm not completely wasting my time, even though I do have a finished product that I have at the end for once. Yes. Anyway, thank you very much for joining me, and have a good night. Drive safe.
Bye.